been a big change. I have, be honest, OMD and I haven't really known each other for a very long time.
No.
In the short amount of time that I've known this man, he has done a 180 as far as his mental health is concerned. Like he was white, huge bags under his eyes, kind of just you could just tell he was run down. And then I look at him now and I see this man that is happy, doesn't have bags under his eyes. He's got a smile on his face more often than not. So even just getting to know him, even I feel lifted up just by talking to him and seeing these dramatic changes since the job change. And I tell him every day, "Hey, bud, how was your day?"
Yeah.
He's really good. I text him and I'll be like, "Okay, that's good, man. Did you have any issues today?" No, like literally everything went perfect today.
Yeah.
Awesome, bro. Good to hear. That lifts me up and gives me a better mood. And my girlfriend can even testify to that. That it it's like a circle. That's how I equate it. If one thing goes wrong, because I'm like you, Sabrina, ADHD, routine.
Mm-hmm.
One thing goes off in my day, and my whole day's shot. You might as well forget. I might as well just go back to bed and forget it.
Momentum. Yeah, momentum is really important.
Exactly. Myself, I deal with depression. I have really bad depression. My anxiety. I do have anger issues that, thank you to this wonderful woman that I'm with now, she's not only just being like, well, you have problems and you got to fix them. No, she's my legit partner, like standing beside me, holding my hand, and is like, babe, something's wrong, what's wrong? Just by the look on my face or how I'm holding my hand, how I'm breathing, she knows. She's like, what's wrong? Talk to me. So I tell her flat out, this is how I'm feeling. I'm feeling very anxious. I'm very upset right now. And she'll sit with me and hold my hand and she'll tell me, okay, explain to me why you're feeling this way so I can help you feel better. And that's the first time. I'm 42. Okay, I'll admit on air. I'm 42. Never have I had a partner in my life that legitimately will sit with me and let me open up and be emotionally vulnerable. I don't even know if that's the right word.
Yep.
And she understands that I'm not the best educated guy in the world. I'm not. I'm not good with the words. I'm not good with expressing my emotions because when I was younger, it was, you're a man. You don't have emotion. You keep that shit bottled up. You don't cry. You don't like, for years, I didn't tell my mother I loved her. For years, because that's an emotion. You don't have that emotion. You are go to work, bring home money, go to work, bring home money. That's all you're good for because that's it. Now, recently, since the birth of my daughter in 2017, I've realized that that's complete BS. So much BS. My little girl gets upset now. I have to fight the tears to not come out and show her that. But I cry, yes. But when she's upset, I try to be like, okay, baby, what's the matter? Why are we upset? Why are we feeling like this? Trying to help her and show her that emotions are real. You're allowed to have them, but you got to talk about it and don't keep it bottled up.
Yeah.
Because if you do, then what happens? You have an emotional outburst. God knows where it's going to happen. Heaven forbid it's in public. And someone calls the police, and now you're in jail because not only did you have an emotional breakdown, but now someone compiled on the police being there and them yelling at you, and now you're yelling at them, and then things happen. So I'm learning with my beautiful girlfriend that having emotions is good. Like
Yeah.
my dad passed away in 06. I cried the day we buried him and haven't cried since. Again, you're a man, you're not supposed to have these emotions.
Right.
My girlfriend and I was upset one day, and she's like, "Why are you upset? Why you seem off?" Like, I legit just miss my dad. So she brought me into, yes, this is the bedroom, sat me down, and gave me a hug. Dude, I cried for like half an hour. Like, legit, like, bawled. Haven't done that in years. Do you know how freeing that is?
That was so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
How happy I was to just let it out and not. I'm trying not to cry right now, and not get and just let that out. Not hold that in anymore, and just be like, you know what, Dad, I miss you,
Yeah.
and just have the woman that I truly love, like, never loved a woman like her ever, to just sit there with me and let me be free for however long I needed to sit here. She was here with me. So when I see used to, I'm just like, it's awesome to see that he's supporting you in what you're doing right now. And I'm sure you support him when it's needed.
Always.
That's what this world's missing.
Yeah.
Is that
Yes.
emotional support to let men be men.
Mhm.
Yep.
We
Yep.
are emotional people. We have feelings. Hello. You
Yep.
stab me, it hurts. You pinch
Yep.
me, it hurts.
Yeah.
Yep.
You call me
That's right.
names, it hurts.
Yep.
So, like,
Um,
to cope with, I know it's a big long story. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Don't be sorry.
No,
For the longest time, to cope with these emotions, I got severe alcoholism and drug addiction, to the point where I was waking up in the middle of the night, had a beer fridge literally where my end table should have been, would open it, like a 40 of whiskey. Yeah, done. Do a couple lines of whatever was right there, and then go back to bed. Because I would wake up at cold sweats and shaking. Now I'm going to get into my personal story real quick. The reason I have been clean and sober is in 2005, my dad had a heart attack. Very mild one. He thought he was having heartburn, but it ended up being a heart attack. Christmas was not Christmas. We found out that he had cancer in his lung. So Christmas wasn't as fun as it usually is. March the next year of 06, my dad passed away. But before he passed away, he had made a phone call, called me. Listen, I hear what's going on in your life. You have two options. This family or that so-called family you have, which was the drugs, the alcohol, and all that stuff that I was doing. Because at that point in my life, that was the most important thing in my life. I was literally selling drugs to get drugs to drink, and that kind of stuff. So I knew how long it took to get from where my dad was living, where I grew up, to the apartment I was living in. We'll say 40 minutes, okay? And that's doing the speed limit, following the rules and the law and everything. 40 minutes. Said, you got this long, you don't show up, I know you don't care, and I won't care neither because I got a big deal going on, and hung up the phone. Click. Okay, the minute that phone clicked, 15 minutes. Ding dong, ding dong. My bell was ringing. It was my old man. I literally flushed more drugs than anybody's ever seen probably in this room. Packed my bag and went home with my dad to live with him for the last 6 months of his life. Because I didn't know at that point in time. He knew he had cancer. I didn't know because I wasn't talking to him. He got me home and sat me down and told me, listen, I don't know how long I have, but this is what's going on.